Hi everyone, thanks very much for joining me for this short heart opening practice. So we're going to be looking at opening the heart both physically, so just in terms of bringing some spaciousness into the chest, opening into the shoulders, and just kind of improving our posture in this area. But also looking at heart opening from a more kind of emotional perspective, because we do tend to hold a lot of emotion in our heart centre. And habitually, we can either very much resist and reject this or completely ignore it in the hope that it might dissolve and disappear and go away. And we can give ourselves quite a hard time when we experience kind of strong emotions because we somehow feel like we're not meant to be experiencing them or that it's very negative. And we can kind of pile a lot of judgment and criticism on top of these feelings, which actually only serves to tighten the heart even more. So, as always with mindfulness, we're just trying to bring a compassionate awareness to what's actually happening in the body from moment to moment. And actually just bringing ourselves to these sensations can be really soothing in itself. So just by bringing an openness and a curiosity to what's happening, it can kind of soften a lot of this extra additional tightening and tension that we can sometimes bring to some strong, uncomfortable emotions. So we're just going to start with a short little meditation just to bring ourselves into our body, just to ground ourselves a little bit and just gently bring our awareness to our heart centres. So if you want to find a comfortable seat, either cross-legged on your knees or lying on the back, if that is the only thing available to you. And then just when you're ready, very gently closing down your eyes. So just starting by taking 3 full deep breaths, just to settle yourself. Bring your awareness into your body and start making this connection through the breath between the mind and the body. And then just letting go of your long breathing, allowing your breath to return to its natural rhythm. And just resting your awareness gently at the centre of your chest. So just taking a moment to tune into any sensations at your heart centre. They might be physical or emotional. They might be pleasant or unpleasant or neutral. We're not trying to have any particular experience or seek out any specific sensations. We're very simply just trying to bring our awareness to things exactly as they are in this moment. And if you find yourself coming up against maybe some difficult emotion or some unpleasant sensation, can you notice if you're bringing any extra holding or tension to this? Maybe tightening into the shoulders, tensing the body unnecessarily. Can you maybe just bring a softness to the rest of your body? Just allowing everything to release and sink down towards the floor. Just imagine that you're sending your breath into your heart centre. Just washing whatever is there with love and kindness and awareness. Very simply just allowing whatever is there to be there. And just seeing if you can try and keep this connection with your heart center throughout the practice. So really imagine that you're breathing into this space. Really trying to bring your full awareness into your heart center. And just taking a couple of final breaths here. And then very gently opening the eyes. So we're just going to start the practice seated. So you might just want to change position. I've just been on my knees, so I'm just going to move cross-legged just because my feet are going a little bit numb. So yeah, you might want to just change position if that is good for you. And we're just going to start with a few gentle warm-ups, just to warm up into the shoulders and the neck before we go into our heart opening. So just beginning by lifting the arms all the way up, clasping the hands up towards the ceiling, taking a deep inhalation here, and as you exhale, just tilting over to the right, stretching all the way down the left side of the body. Inhaling back to centre, really lengthening through the arms, and then exhale, tilting over to the left, stretching all the way down the right side of the body. Inhaling back to centre, bringing the clasped hands behind the back of the head, and we'll just move into our seated cat-cow. So inhaling, looking all the way up, and exhaling, bringing the elbows down, tucking the chin to the chest. Inhaling, rolling all the way up, and exhaling, rolling down, bringing the chin to the chest. Just taking one more here, inhaling up, and exhaling, rolling all the way down. And then coming back to centre, just planting your right hand down, bringing your left arm all the way up and over, really leaning over to the right, stretching all the way down the left side of the body. Taking a couple of deep breaths here. And then inhaling, switching sides, so planting that left hand down, bringing the right arm all the way up and over. Really twisting to the right. Breathing deeply here. And then inhaling, coming all the way back up. And just bringing the legs out in front, so keeping the legs sort of medium width, so not coming all the way out. Keeping the toes flexed, and then you're going to clasp your hands together sort of as though you're holding a big spoon. So this is called pot stir, and you'll see why. And then we're just going to engage the abdominals, and we're going to take big movements as though we're stirring a big pot. So coming back, forward, taking deep breaths with the movement, and then coming back the other way. So just leaning as far back as you can, really taking big movements, and then gently coming back to stillness. And then you're just going to bring the feet flat on the floor, bending the knees, and just bringing the hands behind the body. We're just going to come into seated plank, but with bent knees. So you're just going to find your position here, and then as you inhale, you're going to lift your hips all the way up, and if it feels comfortable, just tilting your head back, Really breathing into that heart center. And then exhaling, you're just going to lower your bum, but not touching on the mat. So we're coming into movement here, inhaling, lifting all the way up. And exhaling, bringing yourself down. If it's uncomfortable on your neck, when you come up, you can just look straight ahead. So just taking whichever version feels good for you today. Breathing into the center of the chest. And then just taking one more here, inhaling up. And exhaling to release. And then just crossing your legs, bringing your hands behind the body, bringing the palms together, just inhaling, really lifting the arms, stretching into the shoulders, pushing the chest forward, really breathing into the center of the chest. Taking a few deep breaths here. One more deep breath. And then releasing the hands, just shaking through the arms. And just rolling yourself all the way onto all fours. So we're just going to come into a twist version of cat-cow. So you're just going to take your right arm, thread it all the way under the left, coming onto the right side of the face. And then just using that left arm, wrap it all the way around to the back of the body. So you're really opening into the chest. Closing down the eyes if that feels good. And then breathing deeply into the chest. Really using your full inhalation and exhalation. Really sending your loving awareness into your heart center. And really using that exhalation just to release. Let go and relax into the pose. Taking a couple more deep breaths here. And then inhaling, releasing that left arm all the way down, pushing yourself back to tabletop. And then switching sides, so just threading that left arm under the right, coming onto the left side of the face. And just wrapping the right arm all the way around the back of the body. Coming back to your breath. Bringing your awareness back to the center of your chest. Really washing your body with your breath. And then just taking a couple more deep breaths here. And then releasing that right arm down, pushing down through the right palm, coming back to tabletop. And then from here, we're just going to move into melting heart pose. So you're just going to keep your knees where they are and start walking your hands forward so that your chest lowers down to the mat. So this is quite strong on the shoulders. And then if you can, you're just going to bring your forehead down onto the mat. So really melting your heart down towards the floor. And then coming back to your breath. Really breathing into that heart space. Just resting your awareness gently at the center of your chest. And again, just using that exhalation just to see if you can let go and relax a little bit into the pose. And just taking a couple more deep breaths here. Really lengthening through the fingertips, melting the heart down. And then on your next inhalation, just walking your hands all the way back to tabletop. And from here, we're just going to push up to down dog. So just coming up to your down dog, really bending the knees as much as you need to, just to lift the tailbone up to the sky. And just taking any movement that feels good here, maybe pedaling through the feet. Just working a little bit into the hamstrings. Maybe shaking the head yes and no, just releasing through the neck. And then inhaling, you're just going to lift that right leg up and exhale, step the right foot through, coming down to your low lunge. So just making sure that that right knee is in line with the ankle, so not bending too deep into the knee. So just taking a moment to adjust yourself, checking that your hips are level and not twisted. And then when you feel comfortable in your lunge, you're just going to inhale, lift your arms up. And then exhale, bring your hands back down into cactus. Keeping your gaze ahead and down. And then we're just going to pulse for 10 here. So you're just going to bring your hands back in a pulsing movement towards the back of the room. So just taking 10 here. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling, bringing the arms up. Exhaling, bringing the feet, hands either side of the feet, stepping back to down dog. And just pedaling through the feet again. And then inhaling, lifting that left leg, stepping the left foot forward, coming down onto the right knee into your low lunge. Taking a moment just to find your alignment. And then inhaling, lifting the arms up, exhaling, opening up into cactus. And then just pulsing on the other side. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling, arms up, exhaling, either side of the left foot, stepping back to down dog. And then just taking a couple of deep breaths here. And I'm just going to release ourselves down onto our knees. Bringing our seat to our heel. Just sitting up tall here. Coming all the way up to the top of the knees. And just coming into a very gentle version of camel. So just bringing our hands onto our lower back. Bringing our elbows together. Really lengthening through the spine. And then just tilting ourselves back as far as feels comfortable. Really opening into the chest. Really breathing deeply into the centre of the chest. Taking a couple more deep breaths here. And then gently releasing yourself up. Coming to sit on your heels. And then just closing the practice just by gently bringing ourselves back to our heart centre. So gently closing down the eyes if that feels comfortable. And just bringing your awareness back to the centre of your chest. See how things feel after these postures. It might be that some sensations have increased. that there's more tightness or more openness. Again, we're not trying to have a particular experience, but simply try and notice what's there. Just bringing one hand on top of each other at the heart center. Really allowing yourself just to feel whatever's there. And then whenever you're ready, just gently moving your hands away and slowly opening your eyes. So thank you very much for joining me for this practice, and I hope to practice again with you soon. Thanks.